My name is Jeremy Sargent, and I originally heard about Josh and Jerome from friends and other colleagues. I actually met them in church. Jerome and I went to the same church together, but I heard about him through reputation, through other business associates, as one of the youngest, most successful people that they knew. And so I was actually excited to meet him, and we got to be friends as well as colleagues. My experience working with Josh and Jerome has been stellar. They've been extremely generous with advice, not condescending, which as a small business owner, it's a little bit intimidating being around people that have gotten so successful so early in life. But I never really found their approach intimidating or demeaning. They were always very free with advice, free with help, free with support. It's been a wonderful experience. So ethics, professionalism, and customer service, they are some of the most ethical business people I've ever met. I actually have done some financial accounting work with them, and I'm always amazed at how supportive of the local community and local charities they are. They run a business like I wish more people would emulate. Their professionalism is stellar, and their customer service. I've never seen men work quite so hard for their clients and their customers. They have an amazing work ethic. It's something I've always wanted to emulate a little bit more. What I like most about their approach is their innovative solutions to problems. They approach things from kind of an outside-the-box perspective, not so much limited by what other people have done in the past, but looking more about what is a need and how could we possibly fill it if we didn't have any limitations on our approach to it. So they've helped me come up with a lot of creative solutions that I'd never thought of before, and it's actually caused my business to grow more than I could ever. I mean, at this point, 5 years into my business, I'm having to turn away clients. A lot of that is because of the fact I've just got too many based on a lot of the customer service and ideals that I learned from them on their approach to how to help me run my business. Oh, I would recommend them to anybody looking for consulting. If you want to be successful, if you just want to run your business your way and you don't want, and you don't really care whether you grow or whether you make money, then obviously do things your way. They challenged a lot of the ideas that I held, personally close. There was ways that I dealt with clients that weren't very healthy, they weren't very good, and they didn't care about any of that. They were going to help me be successful, whether regardless of what preconceived notions I had. And I would recommend them to anybody who really wants to grow and be successful. They are amazing, and they care about business growth and business development, and they really cared about whether or not I grew as a business. And they are just outstanding at what they do, and I would recommend them to anybody who really wants to grow and thrive in their business. Regarding serving the client, I really enjoy working with Josh and Jerome because of the fact that they put the client's needs first, but they also encourage healthy boundaries. In my business before, I didn't always have the healthiest boundaries. I would let a lot of clients walk all over me, and then I would, not always provide the best level of service because I would let my personal feelings get involved. They helped me to rise to a level of professionalism that really made the client and myself happier because of the fact that it established a solid client relationship. Because I was a small business where I had a kind of a friendship basis with a lot of my clients, and while I still have that, I've introduced a level of professionalism regarding service, regarding payment, regarding boundaries that was very important for my business to grow. And they really encouraged and helped me to see that I'm serving my clients better by not letting our personal relationship interfere with our business relationship. Josh and Jerome have helped me to generate time freedom in my business by helping me to understand the value. First, I needed to learn to place value on my own personal time because that was important for me to be able to grow in my business at all. They have very healthy boundaries regarding their families, regarding their work, and I've always admired how they seem to always have free time, and they don't look at work as a drudgery. Whenever I would get a work call in the evening or something, I would look at that as it was just the worst thing ever. It would ruin my evening, whereas, they would put that where it was supposed to go, get back to it later, and go on about their business. And work didn't seem to stress them out, and I was always surprised at how they did that. And I learned a lot about generating time freedom by learning how to compartmentalize between personal and work, and also the value of outsourcing to important people. As a small business owner, I really like to do everything myself. I didn't want to trust other people to do the nuts and bolts part of my business that anyone could do if I just trained them properly. And since working with them, they've taught me that it's important to be able to trust other people to do a job that you hire them for, and to be able to hire the right people and keep the right people on. And that's generated a lot of time freedom for me, just learning how to outsource to the right people, and so that I can focus on what I do best and have the time for my family and my social activities that I want. They've been able to help me solve a very important problem that I had in my company, and that was my cloud technology solutions. I was introduced to a couple of pretty amazing object-oriented databases that completely revolutionized the way that I did business. My previous client capacity was probably about 250 to 300. And using the tools that I'd been using, that was all I could possibly manage, and that's with no free time, working constantly. Since I worked with Josh and Jerome, they introduced me to a lot of tools, a lot of interactive cloud-based solutions that allowed me to work more efficiently, amazingly more efficiently. And at this point, I think my client base is up to about 550 now, and that still is with me having free time on the side. I'm able to provide a better service. I'm able to do work more quickly, and that has enabled me to increase my value and increase my prices. So I've not only pretty much doubled my client base, but I've also cut down on the inefficiency because of a lot of the technology, cloud-based, interactive solutions for anything from customer service to billing, all of those things. That was probably one of the most important things that they helped to introduce to my business, and that's made me a lot more successful.